Afternoon, guys. Welcome to Kerry's World Media, the platform where we'll be talking about anything and everything that is happening in the current world that we live in. Mostly, we'll be talking about sports, politics, fashion, gossip, showbiz, photography, anything and everything. There is no bounds to what we'll be discussing. So, just a quick introduction. Kerry's World Media is set up in London. By myself and my wife. We thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of broadcast to everyone out there our thoughts on everything that's going on. We're always sort of chit-chatting at home and talking rubbish to each other, so why not talk rubbish to everyone, including our six subscribers that we've got right now. Hopefully that'll grow. So today we'll be talking about football. My greatest passion there is. I've been a Man United fan now for going 25 years or so. I love them to bits, will always love them. And today we are talking about Derby Day. So today we've got the big derby. It's City against United. I mean, to be honest with you, well, I just dropped something, but to be honest with you, Liverpool United is a bigger game, but you know, City United is also a big game, but growing up, it's always been United-Liverpool that I look forward to. It's always been the results that I've kind of wanted to kind of get. And but look, City have come up in the last few years, so they're on a 21 game unbeaten run, I think. So 21 W's for them. We've not been playing too great lately, I must say. I mean, could have done better. Certain results have not been too pleasing, too many sort of silly draws. But yeah, I mean, it'll be good to get a result today, of course. Pep, I mean, I don't like the guy personally. I think he's a bit obnoxious and sort of up his own rear end. But yeah, credit due where credit is needed. I mean, he's done a fantastic job this year. At the beginning of the year, they looked a bit iffy. But yeah, they've sort of pulled this run out of the bag. I don't know how they've done it, but they've done it. And like I said, credit due. Regarding today's game, I mean, look, it's going to be tough because they are in a fantastic run right now. I haven't seen the lineups yet. Should be out very soon, so we'll be talking about the lineups real quick. But look, going by what we've seen against the top six recently this season, I'm not sort of looking to like a glory fest of goals today. I don't think it's going to be sort of like 3-2, 4-2. We've done quite well recently, sort of like not conceding goals against the top six, but we're not scoring. So what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? It just means that we're playing not to lose, which is a bit frustrating, but I get where Ollie's coming from. We are still in a sort of building process, even though it's been there 2 years. But yeah, got to take each step as it comes. I mean, looks like we're going to get Champions League this year, but it just sort of makes you wonder what could have been if we got a few results that would have been good, you know, if we'd have got a few results against the top six. I mean, Arsenal are not really doing well this year. They're like top 10 club right now, and we just threw away points against them, you know. We lost 1-0 against them, and then we drew against them. That's 4 points down the drain. Games like that, if we would have sort of picked up a couple of wins and maybe a couple of wins against someone like a Man City or, you know, an Arsenal or Chelsea, then God knows where we would have been right now. We could have been 5-6 points off City. Going into this game, we beat them, be 3 points off them, but that is not reality right now, as we know. So, looking forward to the game. I think we're going to set up sort of usual... I mean, I don't want to, but I think he'll set up with the usual two defensive midfielders, Fred or McTominay, or Fred or Matic. I would like to see Donny van der Beek given sort of a chance in the number 6 role now that Pogba's injured, but going by the sort of like trust that Ollie's shown to, the trust that Ollie's shown to Donny van der Beek this year by only playing him in the sort of cup games and Europa games and Carling Cup games, he's not going to play, let's be honest, you know. We have missed Pogba, as much as it hurts to say, because I'm not happy how he's conducted himself this year. He's sort of like tarnished the club a little bit. He could have told his agent, look, shut up and get on with it. He hasn't come out and said anything, but the games that he has played, he has made a difference. And that sort of like stature in the middle of the park, we do miss, and the quality, because we all know he can pick up a pass, you know. If it's going to be diagonal pass, if it's going to thread it through the lines, or we know that he's got that in his locker, and he can sort of produce a worldie like he did against Fulham. So I think the results recently have sort of like reflected that we have missed Pogba, and going into the next season we need to kind of resolve that problem, because if we're going to go to next season with Pogba, he needs to be 100% committed. Otherwise, just let him go and get the money in, whether it be 80 million or whatever it's going to be. But I'd rather have someone there that's going to be fully dedicated to the team, and when his agent talks shit, then he'll come out and sort of back the club, because at the end of the day, only one thing matters, and that's Manchester United. So today's game, like I said, I don't know the lineups yet, so can't really comment on that. We'll be talking about it soon. But going into it, Henderson will be starting. I mean, just to touch on Henderson, I think he is a good keeper. I mean, he's done really well at Sheffield United, had a fantastic season under Wilder. I do like Wilder, by the way. I mean, it's a shame that they're going through what they're going right now, but I reckon they can sort of come back straight away if they do go into the Championship, and I reckon that Wilder is the man to do it. But Henderson, look, De Gea is out, I think it's maybe 6 games or so, I heard, but if Henderson comes in, this is his chance to kind of not even solidify a position as number one, but it's his chance to feel what it's like to sort of be the number one for 6 games or however long it is. It's fair enough being on the bench, there is that sort of certain pressure that comes with being on the bench, but as in sort of like match day, it's not going to get any bigger for him in the next couple of weeks. I mean, he's got Derby day today, he's going to have like loads of pressure on him, he's going to have to concentrate 150%, because City, as we all know, they're a possession team. So yeah, today he's going to have to concentrate. Then he's got Milan on Thursday, and then he's got West Ham next week in the league. So it's a big task for him, because he wouldn't have sort of experienced this sort of pressure before, I don't think anyway, playing for Sheffield United. And the games just come in this year, they're not being like rubbish games to come in, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same pressure as knowing that you've got to perform week in, week out, 100% concentration, no room for mistakes. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he handles it. I mean, today's game, yeah, like I said before, I think it might be a draw. I'm hoping for United win, but we'll have to wait and see what the lineups are. I mean, I would like to see sort of him starting with maybe Cavani, Rashford on the left, Martial on the right, even though that's not Martial's favourite position. But what has been Martial's favourite position this year, let's all be honest, you know, it's just been real disappointing from Anthony, I must say. I do love the guy, I mean, but I thought this year he was going to sort of carry on from last year, get us another 30 goals, and sort of take us up to the sort of like bit closer to Man City at least. And I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't been closer to Man City, is because Martial's not been firing. I mean, Mason, we can't really sort of talk about him because, you know, he's a kid. He done absolutely outstanding last year, but yeah, he's still a kid. He's going to be a star of the future for United. He's most probably going to break Wayne Rooney's sort of appearance record, goal scoring record. He's going to take it all, that kid. I've got 100% faith in him. But Martial, again, it's just been a disappointment with Martial. It's like last year I thought that was it. He's finally sort of clicked that he's playing for Man United and that he needs to produce week in, week out. You can't go 6, 7, 8 games without scoring. And I was really excited to see him this year, but it doesn't seem like the penny's dropped at all. And the fact of the matter that he kind of walks around moping, not smiling, that sort of like enfant terrible sort of character from Anelka. I don't like that. It's just starting to annoy me. Like, but I do like Martial, and I just hope that if we don't get a goal out of him, let's get a smile out of him at least. You know what I mean? Like a smile will do me for now, at least. But yeah, I like to see those front three scoring because I believe if they were sort of Martial was sort of banging them in. I mean, Rashford's done alright this year. I can't knock Rashford. Like he has done alright. He's kind of carried on from last year, sort of like very steadily and sort of very sort of like quietly as well. But we all know Rashford. He can come out with a goal and he can sort of produce a pass or a free kick, and he has done better than Martial. There's no getting away from that. So yeah, Cavani on the middle, Martial on the right, and Rashford on the left. I'd like to see. In the middle of the park, I mean, Bruno obviously is going to be the number 10. Again, it's just to touch on Bruno. Yeah, unbelievable he's been for us. Unbelievable since he's come. But again, there's this sort of cloud hanging over him about the top 6, and he doesn't score, and he doesn't assist, and he doesn't produce, and this, that, and the other. So I hope today kind of proves everyone wrong, gets us a couple of goals. I don't care if it's a penalty, 2 penalties, hat-trick penalties. Don't give a toss really. But yeah, it's a big game for Bruno as well. So yeah, let's see what the lineups are, and yeah. So guys, the lineups are out. So yeah, I'm gonna put them up here so you can have a quick look as well. But yeah, so just running through it. For City, we have Henderson in goal. We've got John Stone, Jack Cancelo. He's been really good this year. Ruben Diaz, for me, he's got to get Player of the Year. As much as I hate to say it, and it hurts to say it, but I am Portuguese as well, and he's Portuguese, even though he's playing for the wrong team. But Ruben Diaz, I mean, this year has been absolutely phenomenal. I've not seen a player come into the league and produce the sort of standard week in, week out performance that this guy has done. So for me, he gets my vote as much as it hurts. Got Zinchenko as well, Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Mahrez, Sterling and Jesus for City. And for United, we've got obviously Dean Henderson we spoke about, he's in goal. Luke Shaw has had a good season this year, so I'm glad that he's playing as well. Harry Maguire, I mean, he is the skipper. I have got thoughts on Harry Maguire, but I think we'll save that for another day because, yeah, we'll leave that for another day. Got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Scott McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Fred, Anthony Martial, and surprisingly, Daniel James. So just to kind of pick some bones on this lineup, I mean, yeah, I kind of thought it would be this, apart from Daniel James not starting. But it looks like Cavani's not even on the bench, so I reckon that's an injury. But I would rather have Mason Greenwood start over Daniel James, to be honest, because, I mean, Daniel James has done well recently off the bench, but I think that's what he is. He is an off-the-bench player. So I would have rather seen sort of Greenwood start. If we're going to play Daniel James, we've got to play to his strengths. He's good at pressing, he's got speed in abundance, and yeah, that's it. But no, I mean, seriously, we've got to sort of play to his strengths, pass the ball into space, let him attack the space, even if it means knocking it straight from the defence over the top, because City are going to sort of push up, so they will leave space behind. So if Daniel James plays on the halfway line, we know he's got the pace to catch it, just ping it over, and yeah, hopefully he gets on the end of the few. But the thing with Daniel James is, even if he does get on the end of a few of them balls, has he got the sort of end product, the sort of like football mentality to pick out the pass or to go for the finish? That's the problem with Daniel James, is that he's not really like, IQ on football is not the greatest. Sorry, Daniel, but yeah, being honest here, mate. But again, yeah, Martial is starting, so I hope that he smiles, and even better, I hope he scores. So yeah, the lineup's okay. I mean, we are going to miss a bit of quality in the middle of the park because we don't have. I mean, we're going back to Daniel James, sort of like utilising him properly. But have we got that player that can pick a pass for Dan James, especially if Bruno's going to be playing a bit more forward? Hence why I said I'd like to see Van der Beek in that number 6 role, because he's a guy that can pick a pass a bit more than Fred or a bit more than McTominay. But I understand why Ollie's gone with the 2 DMS, because we are playing City away and they are on a 21 unbeaten run. So yeah, I do understand that call from Ollie. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it kind of develops now. Going into predictions, look, I've got 2 things. I've got my heart and I've got my head. So my head says United every day, all day, just regardless, you know what I mean? But my heart says that it's going to be a natural draw. I think that it must be a 1-1. I can't see us going gun-ho after them. I think we'll play on the break. Again, I do hope that Ollie utilises Daniel James to his strengths by playing the ball into space and letting him attack the ball, but he will need to have that support. And regarding Martial, just stay in the box, mate. Don't even come out of the box, man. I know you're going to have to do a lot of work, a lot of chasing, a lot of pressing, but when we have the ball, try and stay in between the sticks. Last year, that's what worked for you. I've got a little bet going as well. I'll put it up on here so you can have a look. As you can see, I'm going for United win. I'm going for under 12 corners because I don't think, when it comes to these games, I don't think there's usually many corners. Not that I've been right before, to be honest. My success rate is absolutely horrendous when it comes to putting bets on. But look, £1.50, you know what I mean, it's not going to bankrupt me, hopefully. I have gone for over 2 goals because I do believe we'll score. And I've gone for over 3 corners. Sorry, over 3 cards, shall I say. Because it's a derby, it's normally a bit feisty, sort of tackles flying in, etc. So, predictions for today, I'm going to say, well, like I said to you before, I've got my head, I've got my heart. I'm gonna go my heart today. I'm gonna say 2-1 United. I'm gonna back Anthony to get one and Bruno to get the winner. So yeah, so if you like the video, like and subscribe, and please join us maybe in a few hours for the sort of review. Either I'm gonna be in a good mood or in a foul mood, but hey, the weekend's done anyway, so what's the worst that could happen? Thanks for watching Kerry's World Media, where we talk about everything and anything. And yeah, come on United.